UFC 299, I mean, holy crap, this card is insane. Before I even get into predictions, talk about who wins, number one, who wins, it's the fans. A lot of people I've been seeing online are saying that this could be better than UFC 300. If you ask me right now, comparing the matchups on paper, I would say this is probably a better card. However, I do think that Dana probably has something up his sleeve for UFC 300. I don't think he would let something like this slip away from him. Once I saw the fights that they were putting on this card, and obviously Sean O'Malley on there as well, you know I had to pull the trigger for tickets. So if you guys have any ideas, content, or videos you want to see while I'm down there in Miami, let me know, drop it in the comment section below. Just going down the first fight so far as it's structured on the ESPN website, you have Michel Pereira versus Mikhail Olenjakic. Both those guys, they both throw. That'll definitely be an exciting fight. Then you have Robles Despenige. I don't know if I'm saying that right as well, but he is the Cuban prospect that just got signed at heavyweight. He's like 6'7", has like an 80-some inch reach. It's the largest reach in UFC history. He's facing off against Josh Parisian. I'm very excited to see this Cuban prospect. I think he's going to be a problem in the future. CJ Vergara facing off against Asu Alimbayev. And then to cap off the early prelims, you have Lauren Murphy facing off against Karine Silva. Starting off the actual prelims, we have Pyorian facing off against Song Yadong. Another banger bantamweight fight. That's going to be absolutely insane. I think that Yad is gonna get the win here. I think he really needs a win. Then you have Pedro Munoz and Kyler Phillips. I'm a big fan of Kyler Phillips. I don't know if any of you guys have watched him fight. Not a very well-known guy, but he has a very fun style. Super well-rounded, does a lot of flashy stuff on the feet and on the ground. Then we have Mateusz Gamrot facing off against Rafael Dos Anjos at lightweight. Moving past that, we have Caitlin Sirmanira. It looks like Caitlin Chukagian got married. She's facing off against Macy Barber for the prelim main event. Then going on to the main card, we have Kevin Holland facing off against Michael Venom Page, making his UFC debut over from Bellator. I do think that Kevin Holland is a very tough matchup, and I really think that this is kind of going to be a legitimacy test for Michael Venom Page. Moving on to the main card, we have Gilbert Burns and Jack Della Maddalena. Kind of like a striking versus grappler matchup here. I think Gilbert Burns will probably just rule the fight with grappling and probably win. I don't know if you saw Maddalena's fight against this gentleman that came up on a short notice fight on the regional scene. Kind of might have a similar style to Gilbert Burns, and Maddalena didn't seem like he dealt with a grappling attack very well. I think someone having world-class grappling like Gilbert Burns is definitely going to pose problems. Next on the main card, we have Curtis Blades and Yalton Almeida. I'm very excited to see Yalton Almeida fight. That'll be a good grappling matchup against Curtis Blades. I think Almeida could probably get this job done here. In a 5-round co-main event matchup, we have Dustin Poirier facing off against Benoit Saint Denis. Saint Denis is a favorite, a slight favorite at that, at -150 in this matchup. I was going to make a video of up-and-coming prospects to watch in the UFC for 2024. I had Saint Denis on this list. I'm kind of nervous being a Dustin Poirier fan, knowing the amount of wars and kind of where he's at in his career. I don't know if this is necessarily a good matchup for him. Nonetheless, though, I know this is going to be a banger, and I'm very excited to see this fight live. And then moving on to the main event, the fight that we all really want to talk about, Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Chito Vera, the rematch. A lot of people think, the first fight could have been a fluke. There's other people that think, it was a legitimate win. I think you could say it's a legitimate win because if you're throwing a kick, you're throwing the kick with the intent to do damage. The damage that kick caused ultimately ended the fight, so you can't really discount that. However, the odds of that happening again, if you think of all the thousands of leg kicks that have been thrown since 2020, for that circumstance to happen again, if it happens again in this fight, that would be absolutely insane. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think it's going to be a completely different fight. There's really two ways this happens. Either it's going to be a fight that kind of goes the distance, very similar to the Chris Moutinho fight, or I could see it being just like the Aljamain Sterling fight where it's, a first or second round knockout. Sean makes it very quick. And then looking at this matchup now, O'Malley being 5'11", Marlon being 5'8", there's going to be about an inch and a half reach advantage for Sean. However, I do think his frame overall is going to add a little bit more of a distance, and his style, the straight punches, the kicks. I think what you're going to see, Sean's probably going to keep Chito at distance. Chito's not going to be able to get on the inside. Either something's going to happen where Chito gets emotional because this is kind of a rematch fight. I think Chito's probably more emotional for this fight than Sean is, even though Sean lost the last time, because I feel like Chito has something that he needs to prove. He needs to prove that this isn't a fluke. So I could see him coming forward and maybe open himself up to get knocked out.
There. Lands it.
Or I could just see this fight playing out to being similar to the Chris Moutinho fight where, Chito's just showing up and just getting tagged up for 5 rounds, and that could be the fight as well. Let me know in the comment section below, though, how do you guys see this fight playing out? Who are you guys taking in the main event, and what fights are you guys most excited for on this card? Let me know. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I will catch you guys later.